Maybe she'll have information. Maybe this just relates to her work. Like a book or a journal or something when they find her. If they find her. I'm not sure what the treat means. I don't know if she had any jewelry on. Maybe she's meaning with this ring that she will be contacting people now that she's in the spirit realm. And she says, I am with you. So this could be a physical ring, or she is using it as a form of contact. Satan, anger, maybe she's angry, maybe she was angry about something. She speaks of a garden. That might have to do with somewhere where she's at. She talks about Halloween. She could potentially be found then. Maybe Halloween is important to her. She speaks of a friend. It was a bad wish. So when I get bad wish, that means she had been thinking about it. I get, when I asked about, to confirm to me this card if she took her own life, and these all came out together. So it's conflicting. I'm assuming this is what happened. I'm not sure why I would get conflicting confirmations. So I find that pretty odd. I do know that in this reading, what I've pulled so far, that the only other person she speaks of is a friend. And to me, that's not a bad... That would not be a bad sign. It's not a bad person. Or, someone who could have conflicted harm on her or something, which I don't take it as that. Now, we do have Dr. Jekyll, but I think that she may be referring to her emotional state. And this says emotional vampire, but I think she's meaning that, she was drained. She felt drained. But I don't see any predator cards. I don't see anything which would tell me that someone else was involved in this. And it could have been an accident. Maybe she's referring to the accident was basically suicide. I don't know. I wouldn't want to say that, and I don't want to think that. That's just what happened to come out. Let's see what the Conjure cards have to say. Let me do this. Uh-oh, we got the barn again. I wonder if she's close by a barn. Last time this was pulled, that person was in a physical barn. So now every time I see that, I'm definitely going to be quite aware of that. Because really, and if it was upside down, it would mean that she was losing it, which we're not seeing that. Those blockages, Possibly a warning to turn back if you're walking a dangerous road or cruising for a bruising. Uh-oh. Okay, and I know this headless rooster is most definitely not a good sign. So I have two symbols and two eyes right here, just looking right at me. Looks very... This has scales. This looks kind of scaly. I just get the feeling that someone is watching. It's like, does Dr. Jekyll not mean a mental state? And it's a friend. Didn't I get someone sees and someone sees this and this? These are very odd cards. I am going to go ahead and... So this is talking about when we pass on. So when the ticking of the clock and losing track of time on a walk or in a lovely conversation, this is known as mystic time, and it is terrifying. It is the territory of Karanos. This card suggests there is a secondary time continuum that goes beyond any earthly clocks and schedules within. So, divine timing. So maybe she's saying that even though this happened, she doesn't really consider that she actually did it, because this card saying it was divine time for her to go, regardless maybe of how it was done. She doesn't want it to actually be viewed as she did it. That for some reasons that we may not understand, we may not know, all the things we were told in this lifetime, once we pass, it could be completely different. So she's saying that it was her divine time and that she's safe and that she is always with whoever is important, whoever this message would be for. And I would assume it's the friend. Where's it hiding at? Yeah. Friend. And I think that's, to me, that is definitely a good way of ending this read when you hear such shocking information, because no one wants to believe that. Of course, no one wants to believe that people actually are still out kidnapping and murdering and doing all these other horrible things. This is definitely a bit different. This other card indicates particularly painful time. So her views as when how she was feeling something was hurting her. Something was draining her. Something was not happy. Maybe it had to do with the health. Maybe she was being drained. But that's another... this is just saying that when she was here, this was how she was feeling and seeing, and it was her divine time. And now that it's all over with, she's happy, and she's gonna